Hi, I'm Kristen Howerton. I am a professor of psychology at a Christian university. I am also a writer. I have a personal blog called Raging Against the Minivan, but I'm also a writer for Huffington Post and for two faith blogs. One is called Deeper Story and the other is Red Letter Christians. I was raised in a really conservative Christian home. My dad was a pastor, and then I went to a Bible college, a very conservative Christian college. And then I met a boy and we got married, and he was a pastor, and so we were in the ministry for about 10 years. In my early adulthood, I absolutely held the view that homosexuality was a choice. It was a sin, it was a lifestyle, it was something that people chose that was, outside of God's plan, outside of how God made them. Absolutely held the view that they could change, maybe they could just go to a ministry or pray more or get right with God, and then they could change. That all came crashing down when I went to graduate school for psychology, and I became a marriage and family therapist. And I began seeing clients, and most of my referrals from church were from churches. And about 20% of my clientele were young adults who were really struggling with their sexuality and reconciling that with their faith. And it was absolutely heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking to sit with these people who felt like they were having to choose, like they were having to either completely deny their sexuality and their sexual orientation, or completely walk away from their faith community, which not only involves, their belief in God, but also involves their friends, their support system, their family. It totally shattered my notions about sexuality. And I think what did it was relationship, was not viewing people as a group, but sitting and talking with individuals. And I came to understand pretty quickly that this was not a choice, and that this was a huge hurdle for people to feel like they're having to choose between their sexuality and their faith. And I became very defensive for them. I became very empathetic, and I think what did it was relationship. What did it was I wasn't viewing these people as a group, the gays, these people over here, but I was sitting in relationship with people one-on-one, hearing their stories and coming to understand them. My views shifted, but I was quiet about my views for a really long time. I was quiet because I was scared of being judged. I was quiet because I was watching other Christian bloggers and pastors and leaders be shunned when they came out of the closet in their support of affirming gay and lesbians in the Christian faith. I was scared. I was scared that, I was scared I could lose my job. I was scared that, I would just be pushed out of the Christian community, a community that I've been a part of for so long. I was scared that friends would pull away, that I would be viewed as lukewarm. I was really scared of being judged for my views. And I think I was right to be scared, but I wasn't right to do it. And I think the turning point came for me when one day I was thinking about this and talking with some other progressive Christians. When we're in private, we all kind of share our feelings, like, yeah, I support it too, yeah, I'll keep it on the down low. And then one day I thought, how I feel and my fear of being judged and my fear of being ousted from my Christian community, how much more do my gay and lesbian brothers and sisters feel? And how cowardly of me to stay in the closet of supporting them when they are fighting for their whole identity. I'm embarrassed to say that, but that was a big realization for me, that so many of us progressive Christians, and there's a lot of us, have been quiet out of fear of being ousted. And I'm not quiet anymore. In fact, I've been vocal about my views for a while now. We are not all like that. First of all, I want to talk to the gay and lesbian who is struggling with reconciling their faith and their sexuality. You don't have to choose. And if you're in a church or a community that makes you feel like you have to choose, find a new one. There are more and more faith communities that are affirming every day. So I hope that you can find a place. I also want to apologize to you for being quiet for so long, and I want to apologize on behalf of the other Christians who are quiet because we're scared. The other person I want to address quickly is the person who is watching this, who is disappointed in what I'm saying, who feels like I've gone liberal, or however you want to categorize my views on being affirming. And I understand that I may not change your views, and you may continue to hold the same theology. And I would encourage you in this. You can keep your theology. You can continue to think that being gay is a choice, that it's a sin, that it's a behavior. You can keep thinking that, and you can still afford equality to people. It's not compromising your beliefs to say, I'm fine with gay people being married. I'm fine with them having the same rights as everyone else, because that is not what we do as Christians. We do not legislate what we view our scripture to say. We do not require other people who want to be married to match up with our theology. That's not compromising. To say I'm not going to try to put my religious views on other people in order for them to have equal rights, that is not a compromise. In fact, I don't think it's anything Christ-like. If we look at who Christ was, he was loving, he was affirming, he was inclusive. He drew in the marginalized. And I really think that we have failed as a Christian community by standing up and denying rights to people, regardless of where we fall in the theology. And the last person I want to address is the person like me who's in the closet about their support. Guys, it's time for us to come out of the closet. We need to start speaking up. I know there's a lot of you. I get emails from you. I talk to you in DMs on Facebook. And I get it. I get that it's scary to show your hand when you feel like you might be ousted from this Christian community that you're a part of. But we owe it to our gay and lesbian brothers and sisters to show them we are not all like that. We are not all like that.